So y'all, the video's probably gonna skip just to let y'all know, child. Yes, child, I tell you. Hope y'all doing okay. Married to medicine. Now, um, okay, so we're at Daddy's party, 50th party. He turns 50, thrown by the one and only, the stunning, the newly enhanced Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly, you can talk about Miss Quad getting her hiney done. It looked like you got yours done too. And got a spray tan or something. It don't look. And then her hair's looking like a lion in the confessionals. Like, I don't know. It definitely, Dr. Heavenly's new look definitely looks better on pictures than in reality. For sure. But bless her heart, we'll get there. Let me see. So yeah, we're at Damon's party and the ladies are sitting down arguing. Toya, this is when Toya decides to get up. Her strong booty self. She decides to get up and go over to the men, saying, "Your wife is getting on my nerves. Your wife is doing this. Your wife is doing that." Now, Toya, that's very aggressive, and Toya, that is just something that you don't do, beloved. I don't know, Toya, how you thought that was going to be okay or that was going to fly with anybody. But they pretty much just ignored Toya, as most people do. And, it was just like, girl, where's this coming from? So Eugene gets up and takes Toya off to the side and talks to her. Meanwhile, Dr. Heavenly, she was just like, well, Simone, I want to apologize to you again. I've apologized to you over and over about the whole thing that happened between Dr. Heavenly and Cecil, Simone's husband. And Simone was just like, okay, you ain't got to apologize no more. It's fine. And she was just like, okay. She was like, there's another elephant in the room. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. Then she brought up the whole thing with Dr. Simone versus Dr. Jackie. And she was basically, Dr. Heavenly, she was basically saying, I hope that y'all can work out y'all issues and stuff and everything. What exactly is Dr. Simone mad at again? They both feel like the other ones did not have their back, pretty much. Dr. Jackie in particular, she feels like Dr. Simone did not have her back. When it came to the whole Buffy situation, what Buffy basically alleging that Dr. Jackie made fun of her not being able to get pregnant. And, she felt some kind of way about that, Dr. Jackie. And, Dr. Simone is mad at how she pretty much has pushed her to the side for Dr. Heavenly. And, I think probably some other stuff or whatever. Can't remember right now. Y'all know if I'm missing anything, leave it in the comment section below, please. So let me see. So Dr. Simone, she gets emotional. Jackie says something that hurt Dr. Simone's feelings. And it was something like, I can't believe that you did that to me. Oh, I know. It was the whole Buffy thing. And Dr. Jackie being so hurt by that. And Dr. Simone not having her back, allegedly. And Dr. Simone was just like, well, maybe you just really don't know me. And then she storms off crying. And then the new lady, the Indian lady, she hugged Dr. Simone. Y'all know she came there with Toya. Toya's up drunk off Patron and eating chicken wings. And walking around yelling. The neighbor's about to call the police. So, she gets up and hugs Dr. Simone. Then Dr. Simone comes back, and Dr. Simone brings up the whole thing with Cecil versus Heavenly again. And why does she do that? Because Dr. Heavenly is always on 10. She's always ready. Dr. Heavenly, child, they end up getting back and forth. And Dr. Heavenly has these roles where she feel like a man should do and say this, a woman should do and say this. And so, they get into it real bad, and it was a mess. A little later on, they met up, Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly, at her home. and they seem to come to some kind of resolution. I guess maybe, I guess we'll see. But Doctor Heavenly's dog, one of the big dogs, end up eating their own poop, and that was pretty much the end of that scene. Um, going back to the party. Toya's on the bus looking at him. Was just like, well, I told y'all to leave. What's the problem? But y'all came to me. We should have left together. I told y'all to leave. Drunk as a Cooter Brown, that Toya. I tell you. Let me see. So we meet the new Indian lady. Her name is Anila, I believe. Anila, something like that. Lovely, lovely family. The little boy needs a whooping. No, the little baby boy, he's sitting there. He needs his ass whooped. That's all I'm saying. And so she claims that she had a job when she was in New York. And she was basically Devil Wears Prada. It was pretty much her job. And she's a fashion vlogger and all that good stuff. Right now that she's in Atlanta, she knew when she had her kids and she got married, she knew she was going to have to change her life and give up her career. So that's going to come up later on, I'm sure, because there's going to be some resentment still left there. It's not talked about yet, but it's going to happen, I'm sure. Her husband seems nice and lovely. Like I said, I still feel the same way that I felt. How shady it was of Bravo, and anybody who works on the show. What is it called? Is it World of Wonder? I forgot. But anyway, all the producers and everybody that's a part of this show, to do that when you had an Indian family on the show, black Indian. Mariah's black, and her mom and her sister and her daughter, but it was emerged with her husband's culture, and he's from Bangladesh, and so and they have a son together, and they've been married for years, and Mariah's also an EP on the show. And listen, people like Mariah, then people can't stand Mariah. At the end of the day, in my opinion, Mariah is hilarious. She's good TV, Mariah. And the treatment, it's just not cool. But because she's not a fan favorite amongst the other ladies, nobody vouched for her and stood up for her. And allegedly, they say Dr. Heavenly played a big hand in her being fired from the show officially. So, hey, some people feel like as long as you get your check, from being an EP, but it's not enough. It's just a fairness thing, and yeah. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with that, but I guess we'll see some. Let me see. Toya Bush Harris, she don't do much, but she is a good mother. She thought that Black Lives Matters and teaching her kids being taught about black heroes and leaders and stuff was important to her, and that was definitely not showcased in the schools, in the all-white schools that her kids was in. And so she made them go to the Black Lives Matters rallies, and just letting them know that know who you are. At the end of the day, know who you are. And I love that. Let's see. Dr. Simone had a little tailgate party for her youngest son who's going off to college in that racist town. Bless his heart. Y'all pray for Dr. Simone's youngest son. I pray that he don't have any issues, but expect it. I mean, I don't know why you're moving all the way out to Texas and into that small town. It's not even an Ivy League school. Like, I don't know. Maybe he know more than we do. I don't know, but I just wouldn't do it personally. And knowing who my parents are, and I don't know. You're going to have to do a lot of schooling and a lot of teaching, a lot of making people feel comfortable, a lot of toning down who you are. And I don't know. Good luck. Good luck. Um, but I like him. He's hilarious. He's very funny and all that kind of stuff. And they all of these ladies are great moms and they have good kids. So yeah. One thing Dr. Simone did not do was invite Dr. Jackie. We find out later on that Dr. Jackie was the one that delivered Dr. Simone's second son. And she didn't even invite him to his going away party. I thought that was ugly. I hate where Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie's relationship has gone. I think it's a lot of stubbornness and pettiness and ego on both sides. For sure. For sure. But they both admit that they miss each other and hopefully they get back okay. But I was watching Watch What Happens Live with Andy and Dr. Simone and I think Vivica A. Fox was on there. And she said that her and Jackie really haven't talked at all. So it's just sad. I just don't like to see it when people have been friends for so long and then we all just get older day by day. Ain't nobody getting younger and you just never know what could happen. And you don't ever want to be standing over a grave of your friend / sister and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have talked to her and apologized to her and told her I loved her and let's be friends. You don't want those kind of feelings. That kind of stuff will eat you up at the end of the day. So that's one reason I'm always willing when I'm getting into it with friends or very rarely with family. I'm always willing after a few days to just, but give me a hug, hook a horror. You try to use a hot mess. But, I do want you to know that I love you. And, yeah. But I do understand some people you got to love over there. I do get that. But it doesn't seem like it's that serious between Dr. Jack and Dr. Simone. Am I missing something? Is it something that happened that I'm unaware of? Y'all tell me in the comment section, child. Like I say all the time. Where the money reside. So, yeah. What else is going on? Let me see. Y'all, I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's everything that happened that I can think of. Yeah. I think next week is Miss Quad. She's coming back as a friend to the show. And then later on, we're going to have Lisa Nicole Cloud and Carrie Wells. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google+. Follow me at IsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.